I'm blown away by this stand. Man, it is heavy. But you know what? You don't want a snare drum stand rolling around. I've always wanted to check one of these out. Looks like I'm gonna be keeping it. There's so much adjustability. I've never seen a memory lock on the base of the tripod like that. This looks like probably one of the softest things in my trap case. That's a concern. But man, look at this, these rubber feet. God, those are nice. My first thoughts are, you know, everything's really, really tight, all the mechanisms, but I think that's just good machining. Look at that spin. Washer. That's a really nice feel. I really like this one. What else? So you got a memory lock here, you got a memory lock here, and you have a memory lock here. That's 3 memory locks. So this is going to allow me to move. You see how that, you know, normally a snare basket would be here, but this is probably too much. It's probably moved a little too much forward. But yeah, everything is really, really tight. I think that's by design. That's just good machining. That's so tight. But this definitely takes up more space. So, you know, if that's a concern of yours, which it should be to everybody, you know, I ended up sending the new one back because I found a used one available online. So I just ordered this half off. So the used one was only $100. The new one is $200. So I want to save money wherever I can. So I just went with this. And what's cool is that we can kind of see how the stand holds up. The snare basket's way easier. The new one is super tight, which is nice. It's a nice, really, really tight, but it's also, it was like almost a struggle pulling it open, and you don't really want to be dealing with that kind of stuff on a gig. So this is already broken in. I mean, that just goes, and it's not loose. It's just really nice. This is the other thing where this has been broken in nicely, super silent, quiet. All the memory locks are on it. Look at that. It's basically a new stand, you know. Oh, and the legs, this part was the other thing that was super tight on the old, but look at this, with one hand you can do it after it's been broken in. I would recommend if you could do that. I think the drum gods just looked down and smiled upon me when they heard I was doing a review, and they said, look man, you don't need to pay full price, we'll get you a new one. And I literally checked that day because I just said, God, you know, this thing is almost too nice to throw in a trap case, man. It was just too nice. I'm really happy that I got this one because this one's already taken a few dings, and you know, I don't feel bad about throwing this in a bag. But I just thought it was really interesting to see a used, broken in version of the stand versus a new one, so you can kind of know what to expect. This is kind of how I like my stands. I just like them to be able to be set up, and I imagine that that the new one would break in like this, but this is just a great looking stand. Just want to show off my used DW9000 snare stand. So you can see they just hold up, and this is why I didn't even think twice about getting a used stand from DW, because they're just known to hold up to abuse. This thing got chipped a little bit. You can see some of the finish came off of that. You can see there's a little bit of scuffage. That is what I was expecting, and now that this one already has it, I don't feel bad about throwing it in a case. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and always remember, hit the drums hard.